Good day. I'm here. Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for June 8th, 2026. All right, grant and research portfolio managers, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before I go any further, 5,298 opportunities surfaced, positioning windows opening. The good windows are getting claimed. Posture matters now. The current cohort is the GPS Positioning Window Review. 8 firms. 1. Shipley Certified Capture Manager, your book against this terrain. Code GPS 529 holds one of 8 seats and the extended 30-day preview that follows. Links in the description. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 5,298 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 2665 legislative signals. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. In this 168-hour window, we've seen a substantial inflow with 5,298 opportunities, which suggests a remarkably dynamic environment. However, the board's message isn't simply about volume. The Claims Core combined synopsis, solicitation, DHS National Architect and Engineering Services, multiple award IDIQ reprocurement and diesel engine parts and services, all top postings with undisclosed amounts, hint at a certain opacity in financial specifics. This isn't uncommon, but it does challenge grant and research portfolio managers to read between the lines. Access versus volume is a crucial theme. Despite the sheer number of opportunities, the board's legislative entries outpace all other categories, clocking in at 2,665, showing a concerted policy tilt. With 0 impact from the executive, DFARS, court opinions and hiring activities, the market's appetite is shaped more by legislative currents than traditional procurement or staffing changes. The capture ticker, which tracks these shifts, helps illuminate these regulatory undercurrents for a clearer understanding of demand accessibility. The lack of BCL activity and CR drag, paired with no stalled projects, implies a smoother operational terrain. Yet, the unknowns in top opportunities reflect a need for vigilance. Managers who read this tape know that when financial amounts are undisclosed, it's not just about what you see, it's about what you can uncover. This duality of visibility poses both a challenge and an opportunity to leverage legislative insight for strategic positioning. While the primary signals show legislative dominance, secondary indicators reveal a relatively quiet landscape. No terrain holes, court opinions, hiring or lobbying activities. This stillness might seem benign, but for savvy portfolio managers, it suggests a market ripe for strategic realignment. The absence of lobbying clusters, in particular, could signal untapped advocacy channels or shifts in influence. Without hiring spreads or new agency activities, there's a question of resource allocation. This could point to efficiency gains for those who can navigate the existing frameworks or highlight potential for mispricing where traditional signals might lead others astray. When no new hiring or agency reshuffling is evident, the stability could be an indicator of entrenched positions ripe for strategic disruption. Court opinions and lobbying activities often signal shifts in compliance or policy pressure. Their absence here may imply a lull before new regulations take shape, providing a window for preemptive moves. Grant and research portfolio managers should consider this a period of strategic patience, aligning with legislative trends without the noise of immediate compliance shifts. The current landscape, while superficially quiet, suggests that smart moves lie in leveraging legislative insights over chasing ephemeral activity blips. By focusing on where policy is reshaping demand conditions, managers can position themselves ahead of the curve, capitalizing on this period of market recalibration. The current market is defined by a fast-evolving policy landscape that is actively reshaping demand conditions for grant and research funding opportunities. Portfolio managers should ask, how are recent legislative changes affecting our current and prospective funding sources? What are the emerging trends in policy that could influence our submission strategies? Are we leveraging data effectively to anticipate shifts in funding priorities? In this climate, a proactive stance is essential. Align submission strategies with policy trajectories to capitalize on emerging opportunities and mitigate risks. Now, I want to bring back what I mentioned at the top, because after everything we just walked through, it lands differently. The capture terminal gives you live searchable access to the same intelligence driving this brief, filtered to your portfolio, your agencies, your NAICS codes. The GPS positioning window review, 8 firms, a credentialed capture manager verified at verify.theicon.ai, reading your book against this specific terrain. If you manage this grant book right now and you want someone qualified to look at where you're overextended, where you're underpositioned and which windows are still reachable, that is what this session is for. Code GPS 529 holds one of 8 seats. Cohort attendees get the 30-day extended preview. Everything is at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. 6.5 million records, 4 verticals ready, provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick note, you'll be disconnected in 5